So you want a match with him, is that it, Mr. Unchained?
مسحر again. I literally just began the episode. Come on. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit until the noise is gone. Sorry.
A few moments later.
Now, I apologize for my silence sometimes in some of these scenes, you know, because it's too freaking intense. Come on.
12 seconds later.
There's 2 episodes left. This one and the next one. Can we make it? Yeah. That is time.
1 eternity later.
You stopped? Alright, let's continue then.
Finally!
Listen, nobody doubts your strength, but what Baki managed to pull off the other day, just walking out right through the front gate like that, had a tremendous effect on the other inmates.
Really? Just over that little outing of his?
I don't really know how to say this to you, but,
Just say it.
Baki going outside is different than when
You just took off your
do it.
glass.
When either of you go outside the prison, it's because of the strength of the positions that you've already established for yourselves. But, when we're talking about Baki...
Are you suggesting that the kid's strength is more pure than mine?
Oh, no. I really wasn't trying to say anything like that at all. But there's just been some talk going around.
What's with your reactions
I think
then?
I should show them what a walk out the front gate really looks like.
This is why I didn't want to say anything in the first place.
Look at his eyes! Look at his eyes!
I'm completely certain that not even the Marines would be able to stop you.
The legend, Biscuit Oliver, the strongest man in America.
American muscle.
Taking on Baki Hanma, the strongest high schooler in all of history.
High school.
The sound of that.
We can
You like the sound of that? A grown-ass man beating a kid that's still in school? How's that a good thing? But it'd be more embarrassing if the strongest high school kid beating up a grown-ass Muslim prisoner, you know?
Of who?
was so stunning that it turned every head
Yo!
wherever you went. But then you fell sick, and after taking countless medications, you came to look the way that you do today.
What medication?
You
What?
struggled for so long.
What sickness did she have?
You'd remain dignified even if the entire world turned its back on you.
Just come here.
I'm not sure I believe that I really have the right to.
Are you gonna make a lady repeat herself yet again? Darling, even I'm just barely holding on.
No. Is it Oliver again?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Oh my god, are you gonna take a piss again?
I'll give you what you want.
All I want to do is fight you. It doesn't need to be all fancied up. So I don't need to wait 2 weeks for anything.
And what do you mean by that?
Look, like it or not, if either of us were to suddenly make a move against the other person, then it would all get started right then and there.
You want to get it started right now? Is that what you mean?
Face it, you're not a true fighter. Tell me why we would ever need anybody else to witness a fight between the two of us.
Right at this moment, both of your thumbs are cuffed together behind your back. Do you actually
Dislocate.
plan on fighting me in that condition?
Well, I am the one picking this fight. And besides,
Whoa!
Oh no, he did not!
you're so chained up, it's pathetic.
That isn't what I'm talking about. I'm asking if you really think that I'm someone you can beat without using both of your hands.
What?
Sit now, Mr. Chained. This really ain't the time for you to be worried about how you look.
Sorry about that, but don't worry, I'm with you now.
Slippery little bastard!
I don't have time for this.
Spit to the ass.
Oh!
I was wrong about something else, too. It's just like you said to me earlier. I wasn't actually a true fighter before. I hope you'll forgive me.
Suit shredder.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Alright, it begins.
Guess I'm not gonna be able to keep fighting like this.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
What's he doing now?
I see now. The blood travels down into the arms through the inner arteries and is transported back to the torso by moving along the outer veins. That's why when you injure your hand, you hold something in your armpit so that it'll stop the bleeding by cutting off the blood flow through the inner arteries. But with lats that are as developed as yours, the blood flow in the arteries can be cut off without even needing to hold anything in the
Damn.
By tightening the muscles in your upper arms, the flow in is cut off, and the blood already in the lower arm simply flows out through the outer veins. Without blood, the hands and fingers gradually become thinner, until...
I wonder if I could do. Nah.
Still, I get what you're saying.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh.
There was a great body blow.
Nice pants.
Restrictive conditions. It's remarkable that you could get so much force behind it.
The neck.
Sweet Jesus. It's like an alien. Staring into my soul.
How's this? You know what? Why don't you just come over here?
Oh, now
Get over here!
So there I was, looking through the wall. There wasn't even a wall there anymore. It become one giant cell.
And I'm in it.
Mr. Unchained.
I'm screwed. I'm dead.
Out of the way.
You bet I got out of the way.
How?
Came after me. Incredible.
Oh.
But did he throw him to the ground? No, that isn't what he did at all.
When I'm your misery soon. You are weak.
He swung him around like
What
this.
the?
You know what I
Why?
mean? Just flinging him around like a towel.
He's gonna do a rope jump. What is he doing this for?
After that, he just let him go. Because to the boss, he was nothing more than a towel. And then, I'm not really sure. Why's that?
Ooh.
In the next cell. In the next...
Damn.
The second witness was Edward Bacara.
So everybody's telling his own story. Every criminal is telling a story what they're seeing.
It's undeniable that he isn't held down by that stuff, right? Honestly, just being allowed to do whatever you want would be amazing. Unchained really means that there's no room that can hold him.
Ooh. Oof.
The guy went through 3 solitary cell walls. No, sorry, make that.
God rest the souls of the people or the criminals that was
There's absolutely nothing on earth.
in between that crush. What happened to them actually?
As he was getting up, Baki struck out with a kick directly to the calf. Baki
I don't. Will he lose his balance?
from 3 floors up.
Or he's gonna stand still?
I have something even better.
Oh, God.
Even with that big body of him with his other leg. Mr. Oliver just stood there holding him like some kind of Olympic torchbearer. And then he calmly directed us to get back. At first, I doubted my
What?
own ears.
Oh, he's got. This is. We went
Never heard a sound like
Hulk with Loki style.
Baki Hanma's outline had been imprinted into the concrete as if he were a stamp. When we measured it later, it was nearly a foot deep.
Look at that guy's face. No.
That feels good.
What?
This feeling, this sweet tingling running through me.
I think that's pain.
There it goes. At last, it's starting.
Adrenaline.
What the fuck is going on?
What the?
I'm becoming coarse.
Did he punch him into Genjutsu as well?
Yep, that's right. Baki just jumped back up. Well, it wasn't exactly a jump.
What just happened?
First thing I noticed that made me realize something major had changed was the
Is that?
floor. On the spot where he'd been lying, right where his back had been pressed against the ground. The sweat stains that Baki left behind looked just like a
The eye of a
face.
demon.
It's also called the Devil's Face, and it's only acquired through very specific training. What's even more amazing is that, standing there watching him, Baki seemed to look like him. The most skilled swordsman in the world, Musashi Miyamoto. You know who he is. I mean, everybody knows him.
Who?
I thought he was gonna say Yujiro Hanma. I apologize. I don't know who that person is.
Shall we begin? Mr. Oliver was fully aware of the change that had come over the young man in front of him. Beautifully.
He's sweating. Yo, he's sweating.
Have flipped a switch in you. You know, cheap tricks don't suit me. Now here I come.
Nano machine, son. What the heck is he doing? What? What the fuck? What just happened?
Because something else was watching and had recorded the whole thing. At this point, the two of them haven't moved yet. Right there, Baki starts moving, but Oliver's still just standing there. He lands a hit. All the footage from here on clearly shows that Oliver had already been knocked out by that blow.
What the?
This is the point when our naked eyes were first able to register any movement, just 1 second after the start of the fight.
He's Diavolo, man. He's Diavolo. Dude, the man is Diavolo.
King Crimson. Explain why he didn't fight back.
Because by that point, Mr. Oliver wasn't even conscious.
Come on, what is this, some kind of joke? Are you really trying to say he just lost consciousness all of a sudden? The video footage shows him standing there ready to fight. It's obvious he was completely good to go.
Well, yeah, that is true. At least at first.
It's just as I thought. You may still be little more than a child, but you've grown a lot. I'd expect nothing less from a Hanma. I always knew you'd be great. There's a book that was written by Tor Noratranders. Its title is The User Illusion, Cutting Consciousness Down to Size. In that book, one of the most interesting ideas that he writes about is that our conscious understanding of the world is delayed by half a second. When a person moves, especially in reaction to an external event, a signal is sent to the brain 0.5 seconds before the action actually takes place.
Okay.
For example, you see a knife come flying at you. The signal to move is sent. But true consciousness of the situation comes only half a second later. It's at that point that the brain says, danger, move, and the action's taken. In other words, you're essentially unconscious of the entire situation during the 0.5 seconds it takes to receive the signal that was sent. And in that time, anything could happen. We're talking about
He was
the briefest
faster
of moments,
than
and yet you made it all
0.5
yours.
seconds.
The many difficult situations that you've been able to escape. The stresses of your daily life that kept
Oh,
pushing you.
classic.
And of course, the Hanma blood coursing through your veins. All of those assets gave you the gift of half a second.
I suppose that it's an uncommon or even rare technique, and it's something that's basically impossible to use in modern sports. It really only exists in Japanese martial arts. But although it's indeed a treasure, it's not something that I need. And that's because I have this.
What the hell is that?
What? Next episode!